Right. I think we're here. I don't know if we are or not. I just went through hell to get this working. And, well, something's happening anyway, so whatever. I just thought I would come on because I haven't streamed in a long time. And it's probably the most inconvenient time to come back, considering it is, well, 9 a.m. for me. So for people who are back in America, it's like, early morning. For people who are in Asia, it's like evening time. So I've chosen a great time to do it, is what I'm trying to say. But I'm just otoing, not doing anything exciting. And if you don't know, otoing is for utau voice banks to get them to perform better and sing better. Hi Jiong, hello. Oh, first. Wow. You might be the first and only because of the time. 4 a.m. for you. Not bad, not bad. Have you slept? I woke up about, I want to say 11 p.m. and I just haven't been able to sleep since then. I recorded with our voice bank. This is one of two. And I thought, well, let me stream because I haven't streamed in a long time. It says we got video problems. What does that even say? Not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. I mean, yeah, it's just otoing. I don't think it needs to be particularly smooth, but I always have some sort of stream issue. I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm just gonna ignore it because I don't know what any of that means. Nothing to me is what it means. So I'm just gonna get started. And I hope you enjoy. Feel free to say hi and such. Quite. Right, I need to actually start a new project. No thanks. Just it'll be UKC BBC. So I can show you kind of what's going on with this. I found this new recording list. Well, actually, I didn't find it. It got sent to me in a Discord server. Because I was complaining that recording the kind of style of voice banks that I do just takes too long. And if I'm not satisfied with the end result, then I tend to just scrap the whole project. So I wanted something that was shorter. So if I didn't like a part or the result, then I could go back and quickly change it. And I got recommended a style of voice bank or type of voice bank that's only like 38 samples. So I wasn't gonna say no to that, and I've kind of been going insane with it since then. I've recorded, first it was a 4-pitch voice bank, which is the one I'm otoing now. Then I was like, oh, let me add like a lower pitch just for people to like have fun with. So I recorded a C3, which is like the lowest note that I can hit comfortably. And then I decided to then record like a whisper kind of soft voice bank. That's also 4 pitches. So in total, I've recorded 9 pitches over the past few days since that recording list was sent to me. So productiveness, that's great. But otherwise, I should probably calm down because my throat hurts. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, okay. Let me get in this. It's 4 a.m. here, but hi. Hello. Thanks for coming. I'm trying to guess where that would be. It's somewhere in the States, probably. If it's like, what, 5 hours behind or something like that? 5-6 hours, depending on what GMT or BST. It gets a bit confusing for me in the summertime, like with US time zones, because I forget to factor in that we are in BST now, not GMT. All a mess. Times construct. It can be 9 a.m. for you if you really put your mind to it. But let me stop yapping and actually get started, because I was going to show all of this that I've got going on, which is a lot of things. And I was kind of doing it by just like having a USD, which is like a data file for utau, and just kind of like, you know, otoing it as the notes come in. But I thought to myself, actually, I shouldn't do that. I should just sit and go through the list and get it over with. So that's what I'm doing now. Conveniently, this recording list came with a base auto, so all I kind of need to do is just like adjust rather than do it all from scratch, so that's good. So I'm just gonna get started on that. You'll occasionally hear like a little of me going or ka, so sorry if you get jump scared. Although I don't know what the like delay is on the stream. It does say that YouTube is having some problems, but it always does. That's why people don't stream here. But anyways. Is this deco? Yeah. I'm gonna just skip it. Oops. Right. So this has some built in these, but I actually want to take that out because I have my own. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. This is eaten. It's a very long overlap. Gonna move it a little bit. And then you can see it goes up a bit. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. That's long as well. That's really long. You see, this is where the R sound starts, and this is the N. So this is N, R. And pretty much the whole note is just the N sound. So we're gonna just really bring that back. I'll probably do like a pitch at a time, so I'll come back like another day and do the other pitches. I've got quite a few voice banks lined up, and I'm trying to figure out when to release them. But gotta start somewhere. And they're not all mine. Like I'm sure those of you who return to the channel have seen that I have like a project of those, like a whole bunch. I just recently released Arata, the newest one, and there's a couple others lined up next. Some I actually gotta promote one because we don't have a voice for her. But I'll do that in the future. Oh my god, this overlap 154. God, that's so long. We do not need it to be that long. Could even be shorter than that. Get you back. Making utau voice bank seems so hard. See, I was actually thinking of doing a like really short tutorial on it, because once you get into the method, I mean, I've been doing it now for like almost 10 years. Once you actually get into the method of doing it, it kind of becomes second nature. But when you first do it, it's so overwhelming. Like I was just saying the other day, that the first time I got into utau, I had no idea how it worked, and I wanted to do an English cover of Bad Romance by Lady Gaga. I was a huge fan at the time, and I still am. And didn't understand that there's different recording types, that you have to string all the sounds together with different samples. So I literally just went in and recorded myself saying each word. Like one WAV file was like I, and then the other one was want, and then I just like brought it in here. I didn't even like do any of this, and I just tried to place it where the notes should go. So it was kind of a tricky one because I guess back then I was learning at a time where there wasn't a lot of resources, and now that I know a lot about it, I'd like to contribute to newcomers who want to learn. And I think that's also part of the reason why I do offer commissions at just like any price. So, you know, you could come at me with like a 4-pitch utau voice bank and say that you want to pay like $10, and I'd be like, sure, because I just want people to get into it if they're curious or they're passionate about getting involved. And I think that's more important than money, you know. Plus, it's something that I'm quite autistic about, so I want to share this interest with as many people as possible. I've been trying to convince my family to get involved, and my little brother, not so little now, but at the time, he recorded his first voice bank when he was 9 years old. So my sister, she said that she'd be happy to record one. We just gotta find the space to do it. So yeah, if in the future maybe I could post about doing a short form utau tutorial on what kind of tips or information people would want to see in it, I'd be happy to do that. But for now, it's just me doing the same things on a stream. Oh, this song is so bangers. I should probably check how the stream is doing, considering I'm getting all these pop-ups from YouTube saying that it's not going. So I'm just gonna check on my phone. If I go to this, oh, it looks fine. Ugh. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore the YouTube thing saying that it's slow, because it looks fine to me. If you're having any problems, let me know. But speaking of utau otoing, I guess, I mean, while I'm doing it, I could just give kind of like a brief overview of how it works. Let me find a more suitable sample though. Okay, this will work. Okay. So, depending on if you have a bass auto or if you don't, I'll do it based on bass auto first. Bass auto is really good if you're learning from scratch, if you're trying to figure out how to do it just by seeing, if you're kind of like a visual learner. So for me, for example, this voice bank type that I've recorded, as I mentioned, I'd never done it before, CVVC. It was very useful for me to have a bass auto so that I could see, you know, kind of how it's set up, and then, you know, I can just kind of move it along to where it needs to be for my voice bank. But briefly, what you're looking at here is you've got the green line, which is how much do you want this sound here. So this is chi. How much do you want that to blend into the previous sound that plays on like a USD? So say, for example, it goes machi, so town. The first note that plays in utau is machi. So you're saying, do you want the a of ma and the ch of chi to blend together, and how much do you want it to do that? So that's what this kind of overlap thing tells. Depending on the voice bank type you're recording, that'll change. But typically for CBVC, you want to keep the overlap short. Then this top of note is sort of where your actual sound starts. So as you can see, this is the ch, this is the e. We want the red line to be around where the sorry, I got put off by that prom Niku there. Anyways, you want this red line to sort of be where the e sound starts. So as you can see here, the green is before the ch and the red line is after the ch sound. So this will kind of blend in to like the previous note only slightly, and then it will like where it starts the note, say it's on this pink line here, this will be where the E sound comes in. Then I'm probably not explaining this that great, but I'll go like TLDR at the end. You've got this pink selection thing, and what this is I call it do not stretch. So for example, if I remove it, this is gonna like stretch out, so it rather than going chi, it's gonna go chi. So you want this to be like around where it stabilizes. So as you can see, chi 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 chi, you've got this little wave line. You want it to be like where this golden yellow line stabilizes. So you're telling it don't stretch this out, because we want this chi sound to play exactly how it was recorded, but you can stretch out this e sound, because, you know, if we're having a long note, we want it to be purely chi, not chi, you know, if that makes sense. Then finally, this, your end of data, is literally as it says. This is where you'll tell it, the program, to stop the sound. If you have a little bit of like a funky ending, like me, you might want to just cut that off completely. So just, again, where it starts to get a little bit unstable. And then this white area is pretty much when the sound is at its best and you want utau to kind of like focus on holding that sound. That's the gist of it. I could definitely explain that in a better way, but just the TLDR. Green is before the note actually begins. Red is where it actually begins on like the MIDI or the UST. Pink is do not stretch. So before the sound starts playing out, how much of it do you want to keep as is within the sample, or how much do you want utau to kind of manipulate the sound? This white area is what's not affected. The blue is where the sound ends. It varies again based on the voice bank that you have, but that's like the overall view of how to oto. I'm gonna have a little drink of water. Delicious. And I've just run out. But yeah, that's it. I'll do like a proper tutorial eventually, because I do make like private tutorials for like the voices of my other utau. So I may as well just kind of share what I know, and hopefully it helps some people. But back to this. I actually don't remember where I got to. Oh, here. There we go. I've been having no issues on YouTube, and I'm curious about the tutorial video. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to do one. I mean, even if there's no like general interest in it, I'd still do one, just so that, you know, people can discover that. Because there's a lot of tutorials out there, but they're more kind of moving to like how to make the bigger and better voice banks, like how to make your own AI voice bank. And the ones that do still cover utau are now a little bit outdated, because over time we've like refined the recording process. Not saying that there's people that don't do it. I've seen some recent tutorials, but kind of just like a short form, all in one, so you want to get into utau kind of tutorial. I think we could do with a video like that. Interestingly, I did see a video the other day that was like how to make a Vocaloid song. I didn't watch it, but it's crazy to see like Vocaloid growing so much that people are doing that kind of like content for specifically Vocaloid as a genre. It's weird. And it's also weird to think that I've been like doing my own like content since like what, 2014-15, maybe even longer than that. I mean, I was on Flipnote Hatsena before. Crazy, crazy life. Right, what's this? Well, this is just the breathing sample on its own. So for this, as you can see with this pink, we're telling utau like don't stretch this sample at all, because if it stretches it out, then it's just gonna sound like a hairdryer rather than a breathing sound. And it's the same for sounds that include the vowel prior. You're telling it like don't stretch, but you can stretch during the actual sound. I want to test that really quick actually. Oh, okay. Let me just... Can you... There we go. Yeah, so you can hear that it kind of goes... And then if you... kind of sounds like a little bit different, but we want it to be like... But we're gonna have it like... And of course, like different resamplers and stuff like that will react to the sound differently. So you just kind of got to play around with it, but it's alright for a starting point, I think. Yeah. This is not my playlist. It's called Chill Vocaloid Playlist. And I guess it's chill, but it's kind of ballady, you know? I'm looking for something like not lo-fi, but yeah, like this. I love this song. Right, okay. Okay. Which is this first? How much do we have to do? Ugh, it's crazy how small it is in comparison. Ne. Ne. This is pretty fine. Let me just remove that. I see it's there. I'm gonna have a look at the spectrums. It might be here. Yeah. What a tune. I Mm. Mm. Right. Oh. Oh. Yo. 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 Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Ricky. No. This is so crazy. That's like the entirety of the sample before the R comes in. Let's fix that. This part here. No. Got no business being that long. No. No. Oh. Oh. You want that to be like in the middle here. Oh. Oh, I didn't make my tea time break time card scene. If I go and have a quick break. Alright. I'll just write it in big letters. So I'm feeling like a cup of tea. Second. Oh. 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 の塊。青。青。きっとすぐになれるよ。Oh, this is such a good song. Oh, yeah. I should probably change this a bit because it changes that. Oh, yeah. Going. Yeah. 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 Oh, speaking of streaming and doing things for the channel, I was thinking about maybe someday, eventually, doing like a music making stream where I sit and cry over a door because I'm bad at making music in front of people. But I thought it'd be cool because I've never really shown that side of the things that I do vocal synth wise. So that might be fun to do one day. Or doing like a 30-second song competition where like I get you guys to submit a song and we together like rank the winner. I think it would be like a just for fun event though, because I can't really offer anything as I am, but it'll be nice to do. Right. See, this is really wrong. See. See. Is it? So it's all over the place. That's simple. Oh wow, I love this song. I've said that for every song that's come on. This isn't even my playlist. But yeah, Shinto Democracy. What a tune. What is this? Oh, it's just the sound on its own. Surely it should be a bit more like. I've never seen that before. I don't know if I did it right, but as is as was Have we already been going for 40 minutes? That's crazy. Can I see this on my screen? Hang on. I don't get to see the heart. That's crazy. That's weird. I'd have to be watching the live feed. Oh well. Well, I think I'm gonna take this opportunity to go for a quick tea break because I drank all my water and I'm thirsty. Let me just put something on the screen. Text. So why am I doing it? Making tea. And then just put some random font on it. BRB making tea. And then okay. Let me leave you with a banger. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm back. What did I miss? Okay. Alright, let's get back to it. Got tea and water. I'm treating myself this morning. Oh, I did this one already. Oop. Should probably note if you hear any noises in the background, it's my cat. She's roaming around this morning, but she's tired, so she should be coming in shortly, perhaps, to settle down. She's just having some food first. What's this? Atch. Would that be all the way over here, no? Yeah. Not a big fan of this one. Kind of hoping I can get the whole pitch done. I'm not sure if I'll be able to. It is 9:45, so I might be able to. It just depends. I've got a couple of errands to do today. You're funny. Not sure about how much space you've got. Wow. Just crazy overlap there. Hello? It's Miss Floral Thief. I have not heard this version before. This is so nice. It sounds so modern and fresh. Danny. This is a song that I've wanted to cover for a long time, but anytime I've tried to tune it, I can't get the sweetness of the vocals right. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I've spent most of my time as a tuner doing like high power, like almost like rocky, poppy kind of songs that it just doesn't click when I try and do this kind of style. That's why I struggled so much with the Lovely Cavity cover. Oh my god, mixing that was absolute hell. I don't know if you guys have checked that out yet. It's my most recent upload, but wow, I redid that mix like 3-4 times, and I was asking my friend NY Beaver for help. I needed some sort of salvation. It was so hard. I'm just not used to that style at all. What's that? I'm supposed to do that? What is going on here? Ooh, I like that guitar a lot. Sorry, I'm more focused on this like remaster of this song than I am otoing. When did this come out? 2018? Have I just been under a rock? Oh, it's just this album. It could have come out earlier than that even. Wow. Oh, it's faster. This bit is like fast. Not sure if I like that actually. Feel good though. Yeah. That's a bit. Hey. 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 I'm sorry, just messing around with stuff. I can't believe how off these ones are for the person's like voice bank that this was made for, but not mine. I think we want that over here. No. Yeah. No. Maybe a bit further. No. No. Nah. Get back. No. No. I want this like. Oh, Kicha! Kicha's here. Hi, Kicha. Sorry for streaming at such a weird time. I just kind of felt like coming on. I had some free time this morning before doing chores and errands. But glad to see you here. I'm just otoing. I get to see how an utau is made. Yes. It's a very arduous battle between old software and a modern OS. But I think at some point I'll probably drop like a, I don't know what to call it, an all-you-can-eat utau tutorial that runs through the recording process, the otoing process, and the basics of tuning. Because as you'll know, I have the like private guides that I've made for Shiongaku, but I want something that like people can use as kind of like a short form touches bases on like every little thing. I was saying earlier that, you know, I do commissions, and I don't really charge a lot for them. It's kind of pay what you please. But I'd like as many people to get into this as they can if people are interested. Because what is going on here? Is it all the way back there? Oh, it is. Okay. Be really useful. Yeah. I mean, even with this, I'm using a bass auto. So the recording list that I have now came with like a pre-configured thing for that person's own voice bank, and I'm just like basically readjusting it to mine. So like this is utau, but you can hear that it includes the previous air sound as well. So I'm just literally kind of like going through it and adjusting bits and bobs to how I'd want it to sound. But I'd also go through that probably like using a bass auto versus doing it from scratch, and the different voice bank types. But I want it to be maybe like 5-6 minutes max. Very short form, very crash course. I haven't heard this song before. I like it when people tune Kaito like this. Like they do the you know? The real deep pitch bends. I just think it suits him very well. In the early days, people were doing it with Gakpo as well. Crazy. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Right. Now I'm away from the vowels. Thank God. Ugh. For now. Sometimes otoing vowels is like the bane of my existence, because how do I explain this? Like, look at this wave graph, spectrogram, sound graph, whatever you call this. You can clearly see the individual sounds. Like this is kya, this is cute. you know? Versus like when you're doing vowels, it just kind of all meshes into one big thing. And it's like, oh, it's so hard to like, bringing up this like spectrum and trying to see like, okay, so this is the ah sound and here's the oo sound and here's where it starts to trail off. And yeah, it's a lot of annoyance. But this is clearer and I prefer altering these well for it. Yeah, I love Naoto Fuga. I guess he's kind of like retired now from singing. But I hope that if they do end up putting all of them on Vocaloid 6, I know they've already announced Miku, that they don't only just like port over the V4 sounds like they did with Solar Project, that they maybe get them on some new recordings too. It'd actually be nice to hear a more mature Kaito given Fuga's age, but that's just my own prayers.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds dreadful.
Yeah.
That sounds really bad. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that pitched over like this? What was I thinking? I guess my voice was tired.
Yeah.
I might have to re-record that one. Awkward. I love seeing his tweets every time they go up on my feed. Ugh, same. He's so sweet about Kaito. Like, he calls him his son, and he has so many like dolls and figures, and he takes him on train rides. It's so cute.
Cute. Cute.
Honestly, I was out on a walk the other day, and like I walked past my like figures shelf to leave the room, and I was looking at my figure of the greatest idol, and I was kind of like, why don't I just take my figures with me? Why don't I just take them with me everywhere I go? What's stopping me from doing that? But I didn't, because I had my Mikuita, which is like, it's a bag. It's kind of small, so I was like, I'm so scared just carrying you around, I'm gonna drop you. So maybe one day the greatest idol Hatsune Miku Michi figure will come on a walk with me. We'll see.
Cute.
More than that, it'd be nice to get some like physical merch of my utau, like even if it's like a keychain or something. Because I've never had anything like that made. And Miggy, who runs the J Vocal project, has a whole bunch of stuff that she's had done. They might break. True. To be fair, I don't know what's happened with my greatest idol figure. Just randomly, the foot no longer fits in its like stand anymore, and I'm not sure why. I mean, I've had it for a long time, so maybe the plastic is just like shrinking a little bit. But I have to kind of like balance her, and it's nerve-wracking.
Cute.
That would be cool. Yeah, I see people on Etsy that you can just like, they say like custom keychains or key rings, and you can just send them a picture of whatever you want put in there. And it's like cut to the of the thing. So like if it was like a yukachibi, it would fit the shape. It wouldn't just be like a square. And I'd really like to get that done at some point. A plush would be cool, but I'd imagine it's kind of expensive.
Cute.
Because you'd need to go through like an actual manufacturer. So
Okay.
maybe one day when I get rich. Not if, when.
Okay. Okay.
Try flower banger.
Cute. Cute. Yeah. Yeah. Cute. Cute.
Mind you, it's August now. I gotta be thinking about what I'm doing for Miku's anniversary.
Cute.
Dun dun.
Yeah.
そろそろ水をあげましょうか. My tea is probably cooled by now. Who are you otoing, by the way? Oh, it's Yuka. That small sample I put in the Shiongaku Discord. Did you see it? I figured you did. I saw a reaction, I think it was. Maybe it was somebody else. But anyways, yeah, I was saying earlier, I found this rec list, recording list that was like 38 samples and is a different style than I'm used to authoring. But I was like, well, I usually do VCV and my custom rec list is 192 samples. So I can cut down time by like, what, 80% or something around there. I'm gonna do it. So basically this recording list came with a bass auto, so I'm just like, luckily, because I'm not familiar, I'm able to kind of just adjust and figure it out that way. But it's looking pretty straightforward. I expected doing like like these kinds of samples where you kind of go ak. I expected that to be more difficult, but no, it's actually been pretty straightforward. I forgot where I was. I'm gonna say it was here. I don't think it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I did. I thought you finished her. No. So, I just kind of played around with the auto for that sample that I put in. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna record some extras. So I did initially pitches A3, D4, G4, and C5. Then I was like, well, I can sing deeper than this. Why don't I just add the lowest note that I can possibly do comfortably? And I did a C3 that isn't part of like the actual configuration of the voice bank. It's like you can toggle this on if you want it, kind of thing. So I'm still adding things to it. I've got to put some like rise in and maybe additional breath sounds, but I'm really liking the sound. I actually recorded another one this morning. That's like a softer tone, kind of like the Lunette voice bank that I released, 2 years ago now, maybe even more. Ooh. The passage of time, it's a crazy concept. I recorded that voice bank in my room underneath the desk. And then I did sample cleanup. Yeah. Because my house was so loud when I lived with my family. Yeah. Very, very big family, very loud. But yeah, nowadays, I mean, I have a lot of time in the house by myself where I live. So I just have to kind of forget that my neighbors can hear me and I just, you know? But this is me finishing her. I'm hoping during this stream, I will... This is very distracting. Hang on. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, hopefully on this stream I can at least finish this A3 pitch. And then maybe I'll come back in like 2 days and do the next, and then the next, and the next. But I'm kind of wondering when I'll release this. When would work? But who knows? Might be sooner than later. Might be later than sooner. I want to like do a redesign because I'm not quite happy with the art that we have for her. I mean, you've seen me do like casual outfits since that design came out, but I'd like to do like a cyber futuristic style, kind of like how the Vocaloid have as well, to fit into the trope. Yeah. But we'll see how it plays out. I've got to get a job first. Oh my god, I'm not even gonna get started ranting about that. Yeah. So do you like my mouse? Little Miku mouse? Yeah. Who is this? Who is this? Unless I'm tripping, that is not Kagamine Rin or Len. Good. That song's sad. Floss.
Yo.
Floss. Oh, I love flossing.
Yo.
Hashtag Fortnite.
Ki.
No, it's the cover. Yeah, but what's it doing on the Kagamine Next album? Isn't that just for Rin and Len? I was offended. I don't like it when they do that. Like, oh, what's that one song? Plus Boy and Viva Happy. For the longest time, at least in my region, the original versions with, well, respectively, Plus Boy being Len and Viva Happy being Miku, they just were not on Spotify. And there was a cover that I was listening to of Viva Happy that was kind of bangers. But I was still like, no, why haven't they put the original on? I want to hear it. But I guess some artists are not a big fan of Spotify for understandable reasons. So it's a bit of a tricky one.
Ki. Ki. Ki.
Hashtag #1 victory royale. True. That's how I'm gonna feel when I finish this voice bank. Imagine me releasing a voice bank. How many times did I scrap voice banks before now? Probably like at least 3.
Ki.
It's been bad.
Ki.
Although, given given how much there is to auto, I don't think I'm gonna get this done on stream. Because I don't have a lot of time. I'd probably need to be gone in the next hour.
Ke. Ke.
But I like streaming while I do these kinds of things because I get so restless and fed up.
Ko.
Just kind of like doing this without any stimulation. And I mean, I've tried to auto in like a call with another person before, but like then they're talking too much and I can't focus. Or I've tried autoing while we're watching like a documentary and they're talking too much and I can't focus. So this is kind of me just
Ka.
talking to myself and I can pause the noise whenever I feel like it. That's just the waiver creator. I got so many drawings. I'm never true. I need to keep going with my art stuff because it would be so useful to be able to like properly draw out like concepts and stuff. Because it's always been my goal to have like a comic-y manga thing of like the Shiongaku stories, but for now it's just like I'm writing it, which I'm not too bothered about because I mean I'm good at writing, but I'd like to be good at drawing too, so gotta get there one day.
Ik.
But I'd love to see like your drafts, like art you haven't showed people or art that you've decided not to finish, because I mean I love your art regardless. I just want to see more of it.
Ik.
Please do, you have such a good art style. It fluctuates, like I'm trying to find something that's solid.
Eko.
Oh, okay. I've seen a lot of people like on Instagram saying like, oh, it's good to not have one set art style, and that's true, but I want something that's like concurrent or whatever the right word is. What's the word I'm looking for? Something like solid, because obviously with a different art style, like the way that you're drawing, like anatomically whatever changes. But I guess while I'm still learning, it's good to experiment. So, but I really took to heart when you said that I'm good at eyes, because I love drawing eyes in so many different shapes and ways. Okay, we should probably skip this. You know what? Should I just put my Vocaloid playlist on? Yeah. At this point.
o
Ah, I love this song.
n
1, 2, 3, 4. I can show you my embarrassing high school drawings. Oh yeah, you did show me some.
し
But I'd love to see more. I was thinking back the other day, I used to have this group chat with like the first 2 like internet friends I ever made. And like I remember showing off my drawings to them thinking they were so good. And I was like looking back on them because I like vividly remember in my head this one drawing of John Kirstein. Because I mean, I've always been a little bit obsessed with him and Attack on Titan as a whole. But I remember this drawing so vividly because it was so fucking ass. Pardon my French, but it was so bad. He looked like Mr. Potato Head. It was terrible. And I was showing it off like, wow. And I wish I still had that confidence because I feel like I would have grown so much in art by now, however many years later, if I wasn't my biggest hater, you know? But you live and you learn. Maybe I'll find that drawing one day and show it to you because it's low-key hilarious. I also did like a matching one of me in like the Attack on Titan world. And it was better. I'm definitely better at drawing girls than boys, but it still wasn't good.
しししゅ
Itadakimasu.
しゅ
That is also just the way. True, true. It's crazy though, like, even when I'm like tuning or doing something like musically creative, I've been doing it almost day in, day out for years. And I'm still like, no, I'm dog shit at this and I hate myself and I should stop and retire and never touch the program again. And I listen to it back a couple hours later or after some sleep and I'm like, what? Oh, it's fine. It's, what's the word? Tortured artist. Tortured artist. But the torture is done to oneself, it seems.
しぇ
Chair.
しぇしょ
What can I get?
しゃしゃしゃ
Yeah, your eyes and ears get used to it and also bored by taking in the same thing for hours. Yeah, I think that's probably what happened with the lovely cavity cover. I was just saying earlier that I struggled with it for hours and hours and scrapped and redid the mix like 3 times. And I was struggling so much I sent it to NY Beaver and I was like, please give me some tips, help me out. And I was telling him like, this sounds terrible, please can you do it for me? Like I need somebody, I need salvation. And he was like, what are you talking about? It's literally fine. And then he did a version for me and it was pretty similar and he said like just keep going and you'll get there. And so I went on a big walk I went to this new like geeky, nerdy, anime, weeaboo, otaku store in my town, which we don't have one of, so it was crazy. So much stuff, and I was in a great mood. Went back home, listened to it again. I said, oh, this is actually okay. I can build on this. Finished it off and got it to a point where I was happy to upload. But I was so worried, and I think that kind of consumed me a bit about like possibly missing the anniversary day. Because, you know, Kakuro anniversary, big deal. And like just getting it done, it's like such a big relief off my shoulders that afterwards I was kind of like, well, that was dumb to be so worried about it. And also, what next? Maybe one day I'll do a Gakpo original, and then I can't say whether, you know, it's terrible or whatever, because there's nothing to reference it from. Like, I'm not thinking about how the original was mixed, because I'm the original. It could be terrible, and I'm like, yeah, this is perfect. It's always good, especially when at a sketch phase, to just leave it be for a bit. That's true, yeah. I'm definitely like a... What was that quote I heard the other day? I don't remember, but it was pretty much something along the lines of, just get it out of your mind. Like if you've got an idea for something, art, music, anything, get it out of your mind. Like it doesn't matter how terrible the initial sketch or song draft or writing, whatever it is, get it out of your mind. And I've been like using that to kind of develop the Shiongaku story. Like anytime I have like a little quip that I want to include in the future, I'm like, let me note this down, because I'll forget, or I'll doubt it, or whatever, you know? So it's always good to just kind of put pen to paper and get it out there at least. I think it was Michael Jackson who he had this ethos that whenever he had a song idea, he would immediately go into the studio, no matter what time it was, and he had these tapes where he would beatbox on them and take them to the studio and say, we need to produce this, and they'd say, you know, it's 2 a.m, why are you calling us to the studio? And he said something along the lines of, because if I don't take this idea, the universe will give it to Prince, which is quite funny, but it's like a roundabout way of saying, kind of put your ideas out there before somebody else does a similar thing and you don't feel like yours is as unique anymore. And I've definitely felt that with like my OC lore and stuff before, that like I see people that their stories or whatever are pretty big, and it's the same idea that I thought of years ago but never put out, and I'm like, damn, I could have been the first. Which is a selfish way of looking at it, but it is important for artists to feel like they've achieved something new. Especially in the world of art we live in now, with, you know, the AI stuff, but that's a whole other can of worms. Make it exist so you can fix it later. That's literally it. MJ truly the goat of music. Now he is. He is. When I got home after going to that like nutty store, I think it was Heaven Can Wait came on, and I was like taking my headphones off, and then I heard it, and I was like, no, I can't turn it off. It's disrespectful. So I just sat there waiting for the song to end, but I was jamming out. I love that song. Speaking of songs I love this song, criminally underrated. Actually, all of Millstones' music is so underrated. What time are we on? Oh, there's this comment between J.R.R. Martin and Stephen King when Martin asks King how he manages to write so many books, and he replies, "There are books and there are books." You need... There are books and there are books. Wait, am I dumb? Oh, like I hear it, yeah. You just gotta put it out there. Yeah. All of them are, yeah. I think it's so true. Like, even with, you know, the chapters of Kikuhama's story that I've released so far, the next one, the one about her life after being born, like her childhood, I'm kind of like, you know, I've got it written. It's all there and ready, but I'm like, do I like the way that I've set this out? And the problem is when it's in written form, then I feel like I'm losing a lot of details about, like, you know, her adoptive parents and how they struggled, and she was like this big miracle to them. I'd love to draw their expressions and have it in that sort of medium instead, but it's, what's the word? I'm doing what I can for now with the tools that I have, and I'm at least happy that something's getting put out there, because it's just been stuck in my head for years. I like reading your stories. Aww. Thank you. I haven't written a proper story properly since, like, my GCSE English exam. We had to do, like, was it for literature? We had to write, like, a chapter of a story of our own. And, I mean, I had a story in the works that I've since scrapped, and I just wrote that. But I love writing. It's so fun. I'd love to, like, publish something one day. Be great. Sorry, one second. I just got a message. Okay, not important. Let me skip this because it's a bit loud. Oh, right, okay. Let's keep pushing on. I'd say in the next, maybe around 11, I'll have to call it done for the day. I spent more time talking than I have otoing, but that's how it goes. And this is helpful for me, to just get it done. Manita. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna stop distracting you now. Nah, don't. This is really helpful for me, because if I think I said before, like, if I'm doing this in a call with somebody, then I just get so overwhelmed by all the different noises. Or if I'm watching a documentary, then I get overwhelmed. But just like reading some messages and being able to reply vocally while I have my like hands and eyes like focused on doing this at the same time is like perfect for me. I think that's why I love doing training so much in previous jobs, because it's like I have all these resources to show them and I'm going blah 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 blah, blah and I'm just rambling. I don't think any of my trainees learned anything, but I had a great time. Just like yeah, sure. I don't know what purpose that is for. Odge.
ん D
Well, the little mixing story you made for me was really helpful. I'm sure they learned a lot. Yeah, I mean, I put like so much effort into that because I was like, I really want to help, especially because you helped me so much throughout the years. So I was like, let me give back. But no, I think they did. They did learn. Like, the thing is about working for like a big company, is everything can feel so robotic. Like even when we had like new staff that weren't under my team, I still wanted to go and say hi to them and like show them around, meet my team and that, because I'm sure they're just sitting at a desk having to watch all of these training videos. And I'm like, no, come downstairs and like say hi to us all and let's just have a casual moment in all of the overwhelm that you have. So I'd like to be the kind of trainer that was like, let's mess around a little bit. Let's not take this too seriously.
Da
It'd be nice to get into a role like that again.
Ati
No. You need to be like...
At
Yeah.
It Good
I think I've done these wrong. Yeah, they're a bit far forward. There we go.
Ed Ot N
What's this?
N N N
Sorry, pardon me. Oh, Nakiso. He's in his recent upload. He did
D
a new song
D
about like reincarnating or something, and he used a certain cursed animator, and
Do
I don't know. I'm just not vibing with it.
Do
Like, my impression of that animator is like totally soured since all of the Sako stuff.
De
Even though he's super talented, and it's a shame, it's just like, I can't fuck with you, bro. You know? Feels so funny saying like American phrases like that with my accent.
Do
Oh, what was my American friend getting me to say that one time? Just stuff like bruh. I was trying to get him to say like British phrases like my drill up, but he wouldn't.
Da Da
That was so bad. It was so bad. And then they were like, well, we're gonna remake it and do it better. And it's like, okay, so you just pretty much do the same song, but you do it with Neru instead. Like, that's no better. She's still a child. And what was the other thing? That Uno song. I was so annoyed. No, that guy. Because I loved like the chaotic like music video things that he would do, like the really long ones. The one about like them running an onsen. I loved that. I would show it to like everyone.
Good
And then he drops the Uno song and I'm like, right. I initially, I think I said it in my Discord server, like, this is a great song. And then somebody was like, no, this is like a type of, word I can't say that begins with L and ends in N thing. And I was like, oh, okay, didn't know that. Oops. What am I getting a call for? Oh, 1 second. Yeah. Hi guys. I just had a call from my phone provider because my number voicemail service on my phone is broken, so they're troubleshooting that now. Uh, it probably won't take too much longer, so I'm just gonna keep the stream running, enjoy the tunes, but I'll be back shortly. Hello! I'm back. My voicemail is now working. I don't know what was going on. I had this issue with it for like weeks now where it would say like you have a voicemail and then I'd call it and it'd be like, nah, this service ain't working, try again later. But they said for some reason my voicemail decided to turn itself off. So that's good. Hey, my cat is here. Linda. Yes. Hello. Hello, lovely. Okay, let me take this down. Right. We're good to keep going. I guess that's the break that I'm getting. And apologies if you can hear my cat moving around. I don't know why I'm saying sorry, as if anybody would mind. No, I need that little sound. Let me turn this off. This is loud. Don't go up on there, please. Thank you.
See.
Sorry, she's poking my microphone. I'm not gonna stop her.
So.
She can do what she wants.
Say. So. So. Sa.
You naughties. You naughties. Yeah, I know. Wanna go on the bed? You like this blanket, don't you? I'll grab this. Yeah, you love this blanket. Oh, it's not laid out very well for you, though. That's fixed up. Oh. Alright, what's the time? Oof, it's late.
Sa. See.
Oh, that's too far. Put some work.
Ass. Ass.
Ass. Sorry.
Is. 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 Os.
Oh, I almost cleared that. Oh, that would have been a big oopsie.
Ye.
Yee.
Ye.
Hang on, I need to.
Ye. Ye.
You.
Ye. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Yo. 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 Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Babu-chan is playing. I'm gonna skip this because I'll get sad.
やや
Mm.
Ay, 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 ay,
星のモノクロに答えて
ay.
I want to cover this one day. I feel like Howard would suit it
Oh,
really well.
oh, yeah, oh, yeah,
I just gotta convince
oh, yeah,
his voice to record for me again.
yeah, yeah,
あの日のには
き、き、き、ぐ、け、け、が、が、
I'd also love to see
い、
a version of this song with Gumi's Symphy
ぐ、
or her V6, but I think her Symphy just
Egg.
sounds a little bit better, like overall quality wise, especially for this song. I'd like to hear.
お、ん、し、そ、さ、あ、す、いす、いす、うす、えす、おす、り、り、り、る、る、る、る、れ、
That sounds like
れ、
almost like a trill.
do, 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 ra, ra,
How far along are we? I think we're around halfway there.
ra,
I think I need to pop this close.
did, good, ed, or,
Why is there two here?
do, or,
Two?
or,
I don't think we need two. Hmm. Maybe I'll stop there. But what's this? Heads up. Yeah. It won't tell me what the heads up is. Oh, okay. Just copyright stuff. But given that that's a place I'm gonna stop, let me just no, don't need to save that. Pop this over here real quick. I will play a little sample. Not sure what song. And it's gonna sound pretty crap because I haven't tuned it to Yuka style yet, but I can just play this because I was working on this a bit. This is a UST by Mimi-san 15. I didn't tune this. I just configured it ready for Yuka. But this is a little taste of how it sounds. And bear in mind it's not fully autoed yet, but you guys can hear this at least.
虚無ボーイなんかもダメみたいもうパラパラでカラカラで歌んない本当もお墓みたいもう虜みたい静かな世界君の期待答えたいし心したいあげた電車しきりない場所そうと期待でたくなる未来孤独にとら電車しトラウマがの支配信者し抑えて日浴びたバヤレンなんもわかないかないよ仲い愛をロスト愛をロスト愛して愛らにクラクラする毎日だのないエンドでドロンやめてくれよもう
And that's that. As I said, it's not fully configured. You see, it got really patchy in the middle there, but I'm very happy with the sound. And I think that's very important because how many times have I recorded a voice bank and been like, scrap that, you know? Oh, someone's at the door. Oh my god. So many distractions. 1 second. Ugh. Okay. Right, as I was saying, that's a parcel. Yeah, I've scrapped so many voices, so many voice banks, and I think I'm at a point now where I can say that I'm actually happy with the sound. And I will be releasing this at some point. But that'll do for now. I gotta run some errands, I gotta clean my room, I gotta get groceries, and etc. etc. But I hope you guys have a lovely day, or and yeah, I will see you possibly maybe Monday, Tuesday when I finish the rest of that pitch. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.